Hello guys, yeah, me again. Here I am in all my glory. Oh, I haven't got a hat on. Oh, Jesus, let's get that hat on. Oh, feel bold. um, there's a couple of things I want to talk about here because I don't talk, do I? I moan and whine. Um, I need to sort of speak to you guys about this because I'm talking about mumble rap. Is that music? Because yes, I'm an old fogey and generally we wouldn't like rap anyway. But I heard something today which was a young man standing in front of a microphone with his trousers around his knees as usual, making sounds. Not words, not language, just noise and swearing. And this is accepted as music, I'm told. Let's be clear. I have no objection to rhythm. I have no objection to beats. Every generation complains about the next one's sound, but this is different. What I hear is not rhythm, it's not poetry, it's not even sentences. The communication, it was not even an attempt at communication. It was a man half singing, uh, half singing, half mumbling, incoherent sounds over a distorted bass line that I couldn't tell if he had had any vocal ability whatsoever. The words, if you can call them words, were not enunciated, they're not projected, they were swallowed, as if the artist himself was embarrassed by what he was saying and wanted to bury it beneath layers of mumble, ad-libs that added nothing except noise. I listened carefully, I strained to understand a single line, not one line, a single sentence, not one sentence. I couldn't, and I don't believe that's because I'm old. I believe it's because there was nothing there to understand in the first place. Mumble rap is none of those things. It's an absence of craft disguised as a style. It's a vocal laziness rebranded as innovation. It is the sound of someone who has nothing to say, mumbling it anyway and expecting applause. And the production doesn't even save it. The beats are simple, repetitive. The bass is so overdriven, it rattles but doesn't move. Melodies so sparse they barely exist. The entire track is atmosphere with no substance, vibe with no content. It's not minimalism. Minimalism is deliberate. This was void. It was empty. Then there's a live performance, if you can call it that. The artist stands on the stage, track playing behind him, shouting occasional fragments into a microphone, while 30 people on stage do nothing except hype a crowd that seems to be hyping itself. Nobody is singing, nobody is playing any instruments. The recorded vocals are louder than the live ones. What is the audience actually experience with this crap? A playlist with a very expensive light show, of course. Compare that to the music who spent years, the musicians, I should say, who spent years learning an instrument, comparing it to a vocalist who has trained their voice to carry emotion. Compare it to a writer who's laboured over every line. That comparison is just not unfair. It is necessary because calling both of these things music diminishes the meaning of the word. I'm not saying all music is bad. I'm not saying young artists have nothing to offer. Of course they do. I am saying, though, that lowering the bar until it rests on the ground and then calling it anything that trips over it is a genre, not progress. It's a surrender. Surrender to laziness, surrender to algorithms, surrender to culture that values viral moments over lasting art. If you cannot hear the words, there are no words. If there are no words, there's no message. If there's no message, there's no meaning. And if there's no meaning, what are we left with? Noise. Just noise. and noise is not music, it never was.